Hello, good morning. I wanted to share with you this morning how I make pancakes in my minivan camper out here in the desert. We are at BLM land in Quartzsite for the Women's RTR 2022. Having a great time, and I am starting the day with some comfort food and just stumbled onto this fact that I wanted to share with you. The Birch Blenders has a packet of pancake and waffle mix. Well, I checked the ingredients because I was thinking, I really don't want to clean that sticky, gooey batter out of my bowl every time. So I read the ingredients because I had an idea. And the ingredients are cassava starch, almond flour, eggs, banana, organic coconut flour, leavening, salt, spices, and monk fruit. All right. Well, I have a smoothie cup right here. Instead of mixing in a bowl, I'm going to mix it in my smoothie cup because all of those ingredients are perfectly fine for there to be traces of in my smoothie. Voila! No need to clean a bowl filled with sticky pancake batter. So I'll show you how I do it. And I'll show you the special touch I add because, this is, after all, a ladies' camping trip. And no ladies' camping trip is complete without chocolate. All right, and this is a really nice mix too because you can eyeball it. It's the same amount of mix as water, and you don't have to add anything else, just the mix and the water. I think that'll do. I had these the other night. I mixed them in the bowl and ended up with a sticky mess. And they were delicious. I threw some banana in there. There's already banana in there, but I threw some mushy banana. They have the dried banana. And just going to add the same amount of water here. Just like that, eyeballing it. And I'm going to shake it up. Now, I do have a power blender. It's a USB charging power blender. It's right here. There it is. And I am using natural light. This is the light that you would be experiencing early in the morning if you were car camping, if you didn't have any of your other lights on. I do have a headlamp here shining down, just for a little bit of assistance. This is the Blender X, by the way. It's USB powered, and I have noticed that it lasts at least 10 days for me of full-on blending. But so that I'm not making noise, I'm going to go ahead and just shake up by hand. And that's all there is to it. Now, we'll throw some chocolate chips in there. It was really funny. It was 2 nights ago. I was recording a little bit just of the ambiance, taking a stroll. And in the background, you could hear the ladies all chit-chatting around their various rigs and the campfire. And it was so funny the number of times you heard the word chocolate. And then you heard the word power station. Then you heard the word rig and build out and then chocolate. All right, that's all shaken up really nicely. Now I also use a little 1-burner stove. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put some oil in there. The extra virgin, of course, 100% California, so we know it isn't the mafia oil that's been all adulterated from Europe. Because I really like to add oil to just about everything because it's so good for our brain health and other parts of our health as well. So let's just get this all mixed in. This is going to be so yummy. What a great way to start the day. Okay, I'm going to lock up the butane, get the flame going, heat up the pan. And this is one of those cool pans where the handle comes off. Here, I'll just show you. See, the handle just came off, right? Makes it very easy for packing. Get that on there. Very good. And you can see I have some tin foil over there as well. Well, the tin foil is a heat barrier so that the heat and the steam and the oils and stuff don't steam up into my upholstery. Also, my window behind me is open about that much, so there's plenty of ventilation. This is butane. This stove also takes propane, which is really nice. And I found I do just fine with one burner. So we'll just let that heat up a little bit, and then I'm going to pour the batter inside and cook it up. Oh, well, actually, let me test the batter first. See just how thick it is. Well, it could use some more powder. This usually happens to me. Usually have to add something to thicken it up. I love water. It's so funny. I tend to overwater everything. Plants, food, not myself. And my father used to joke that he could find me by all the water glasses left behind in the house, like a trail of breadcrumbs. So I should know by now. I just always need to add it. Extra flour and things. And this will make the amount I've put in there right now will probably make about 3 pancakes that are about 4 to 6 inches each. And let me tell you, these are so delicious. The other thing that I like to do in the morning is to make smoothies. So you can see here, I have my, here, I'll turn it around a little bit. This is my shelf, and I have my smoothie mixin', my coffee mix, my which is all a grain beverage. It has chicory and rye and barley in it. And then I also have my smoothie powder that's pre-mixed with the diatomaceous earth. I went ahead and just opened up the can and this can and added some diatomaceous earth, shook it up, so it's all ready to go. That reduces the number of canisters I need to keep here on the shelves. And then I also have my vitamins up top. So this is really the morning shelf. Everything I need in the morning. There we go. That's thickened up. Very nice. You can just tell also by the sound of it, which is kind of cool. So we'll really give that a good shake. Now, an idea I've been having is to have an agitator in here. I wonder if you have any ideas for what I might be able to use as an agitator in here that really helps get the clumps out. And an agitator that won't get all just stuck up with the batter. That would be great. Okay, I'm going to pour it in. Turn back on the stove. There we go. And just pour it in. Nice. And I'll tell you, something that I have given up on completely is things being, is my food in the pan being perfectly round, because it's really hard to be 100% level. And that means that the batter is going to go to the sides of the pan. And that's perfectly fine. I've also just given up on let it go. I wouldn't say given up. Let it go. Released, relaxed about being, having absolutely everything buttoned up and beautiful all the time. Especially during the shakedown phase, which I'm in right now, which means that I'm finding a place for everything, editing my layout, editing what I brought, getting rid of stuff, giving it away, adding new stuff, changing stuff out, and moving things around. So I'm finding it's just perfectly fine if not everything is always buttoned up and beautiful. But I will say, in a small space, organization is key. And you are face to face with everything. So I do like it to be something I like looking at. And it's just a much more conscious way for me to be with my objects. So I've been cooking the pancake now for maybe 4 minutes. And I thought of something else to share with you. I just thought of this myself. I decided to level the stove. That way we don't have to level the whole car. And so what I did was I folded in half a hot, one of those mitts that you can use when something's hot and just fold it in half, and it happened to make it pretty level. So hey, I guess I don't have to let go and give up and release my attachment to round pancakes. Also, I have the pot that comes with this removable handle also comes with a really nice lid, and it has a silicone rim with all these ridges in it so that it will fit different size pans, and the silicone just kind of sucks on the pan and gives a nice seal. So I took, just for this cooking, I took this off. I use this all the time. This is fantastic. But while the pancakes are cooking, the lid can be protecting the roof of my car from the steam and the oils and things like that. And then I also wanted to share with you this really cool spatula. You can see I'm using it. It has delicious batter on it. And it is angled so that you can see, if this is the table, if my hand is the table, it automatically sits up and it doesn't get the table gooey, which is great in a small space. Trying to clean goo off of something before something else touches it is tricky. And so the less goo on surfaces, the better. So I really like this. I'm just able to put it right down, and let's shine this light on. You can see that right there is the goo, and right there is the table. They are 4 inches apart. I really like that. So let's check it out. Let's see how this is coming along here. Nice. Okay. That one's almost ready to flip. Almost ready. So, some folks have been asking me how I start each day. What does my day look like when I get up? How do I manage my morning routine? So, I've already I woke up just before the sun was rising, so the sky was still pretty dark, but there was this slightly blue tint to it, which meant the sun was close to the horizon, going to be coming up just behind the mountains. And it was dark in here, but I find my eyes are really well adjusted to the dark because it's so dark when I'm sleeping, because I have my windows all covered. And I just turn on my little red light on my headlamp here, and I make myself a hot beverage. And I keep my hot beverage in this little container. I just pre-mix it all. It has raw cacao, cinnamon, all organic, and a grain beverage like Pero is one I really like, or K-Fix, which are roasted chicory, barley, rye. Delicious. And then I have some maple syrup, of course, right here. And I add that to my cup, and I keep my cup up here, and add the mix, and I boil up some water, and then I sit right here, but turned the other way, and I watch the sunrise from my cozy van with my warm beverage. It's such a nice way to start the day. And I'm still in my cozy pajamas, and I haven't had to turn on any bright lights or walk on any hard floors or look at any of my to-do item lists or anything like that are on a table or anything. Just so great. And it's so peaceful here. You know, everybody's still sleeping in their camper vans at that time. You might see a little fire off in the distance by some soul who loves to start their day with a grate over a fire and a tin coffee maker. So I love seeing that off in the distance. And then watch the sunrise, and the sky gets lighter and lighter, very light, very gently light, and then it starts to turn colors, and it starts to turn pink and yellow, and I get all excited, and I feel so calm inside and excited. It's a great combination. And then I'll finish up my beverage, and so my insides are all nice and warm. Typically what it's been, I check the thermometer. I have one of these electronic, it tells you the interior temperature, the exterior temperature if you run this outside, and it also tells you the humidity. I really like that. Keep an eye on the humidity is important when you're camping in the van. And yeah, so even when the temperature is like 49, I find 49 is my favorite temperature inside the van. I still feel nice and toasty, especially with that warm beverage inside. So it's a great way. And then the flame from the stove also warms up the van. Just always crack a window, and fire extinguisher. It's always right nearby. And this is a easy fire spray by Fire Alert. And it instead of one of those pressurized cans with the lever, this you push it. All right, now I do believe we have some beautiful pancakes here, so I'm gonna take the camera. Oh, I'm gonna dress them a little bit with some more. Yep, you guessed it. Chocolate chips. All right. I do love those chocolate chips. I'm going to turn off the stove. Whoops, turned it on. Turned off the stove. Unlock it. And that removes the needle from the end of the butane. Very important. And let's take a look. Here we go. There are some beautiful, oddly shaped pancakes that I can promise you are very, very, very delicious. And the chocolate is starting to melt on them. So that is how I start my day. Oh, the stroll. I forgot to tell you about the stroll. So before I make the pancakes, I meditate a little bit, do some deep breathing, breathe in that beautiful sunrise. I open the door and I breathe in all that beautiful fresh air, because we are nowhere near cities, nowhere near smog. Breathe it all in, and then I go for a walk. And I just walk and stroll through the campground, wherever I am, and take it in, the peacefulness of it all, and being around other people who are peaceful. Let me tell you, who are at peace. That's priceless. So I hope that you have a lovely start to your day, and that you found this helpful. If you have any questions, any ideas, any suggestions, I would love to hear them, and we can all learn from the comments. So you take care, and remember, you can do it.